Our Brewers-Pirates game day coverage starts today at 2:40. We are the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 9 o'clock, it is currently 50 degrees in Milwaukee. Today will be partly cloudy with a high of 63 degrees, and tonight will be mostly cloudy with a low of 40 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Sean Brinda. Screaming and fighting in the lobby of a senior living center.
Waukesha police are investigating a large-scale physical altercation involving 8 to 10 people at Oak Hill Terrace Senior Living Center. The fight began among employees Thursday afternoon, then escalated when another group of people forced their way into the lobby. Several employees and a juvenile were assaulted, including one person kicked in the head. Another person had their phone stolen and later found destroyed on Interstate 94. Multiple suspects are wanted on charges of battery, disorderly conduct, and child abuse. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
And Russia and Ukraine continue a planned prisoner exchange, one thing agreed to in ceasefire talks earlier this week. It did not stop Moscow from launching a large-scale missile and drone strike attack overnight, including targeting Kyiv. Here's BBC's James Waterhouse.
307 have again made the journey today, and more are set to tomorrow, taking the total to 1,000 from both sides. Waiting for them are mostly women, wives, mothers, friends, and daughters of those who've been missing for up to 3 years. Medical teams will then assess the men, who mostly appear to be gaunt and overwhelmed.
And Milwaukee Public Schools has 1 week to turn in financial reports to the State Department of Public Instruction. The state initially warned MPS of consequences for not turning in financial reports by a May 16th deadline, but now they're holding off on penalties until May 30th. State officials need MPS to submit audited financial statements from the 2023 through 24 school year in order to accurately submit funding for the rest of Wisconsin's school districts. And Governor Tony Evers approves a $22 million resurfacing and improvement project along I-41, 43, 894 through the Hale interchange.
Improvements include resurfacing and base patching between Lincoln and 84th Street, bridge repair, signal and light upgrades, and repairs to the Hales Corners park and ride lot. Work is scheduled to begin the week of May 27th. Project completion expected for late 2026. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
And $300 million in costs could be passed down to food share recipients if the upcoming federal spending bill passes. CEO of the Hunger Task Force, Matt Kane, tells WTMJ how more food pantries could suffer.
What's going to happen with these cuts is that a lot more people are going to fall off of the program, and as a result, there's going to be an increased pressure put on local food pantries.
King says the Hunger Task Force has reached out to both of Wisconsin's U.S. senators to ask for adjustments to the bill. And he creates larger-than-life trolls from trash and hides them in the woods around the world. Now the Danish recycling artist is bringing his brilliance to Wauwatosa.
Thomas Dambo's first troll sculpture is in Puerto Rico. He built Hector the Protector in 2014.
'Cause I'm a dumpster diver, junk designer.
His latest creation is going up now in Tosa's new Firefly Grove Park. It's troll number 158 for Dambo, and its name is Mama Wosa.
I'm a rapper. I used to rap, so it should rhyme with Wauwatosa, right?
Recycle writer, I'm a born survivor.
Dambo is building the troll's body out of 50 old trees. Now defunct streetlights are also in the design.
It is walking and picking a bouquet of daisies, but instead of daisies, it is the old light fixtures from the street.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, weather, and next Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 9:05.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scavini with a special announcement. My dream of visiting my 50th state, Hawaii, is going to come true in November of 2026. And I'm inviting all you WTMJ fans to join me. Fox World Travel has created an incredible 3-island itinerary, which includes Oahu, the big islands of Hawaii and Maui. We'll visit Pearl Harbor, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, and a Kona coffee plantation. And you know how much I love coffee. We'll enjoy a luau on the big island, visit the Maui Aquatic Center. It's an active itinerary, but includes plenty of free time, too. My wife, Kathy, and I would love to have you join us on this WTMJ listener trip. By the way, P.S., I'm planning a unique way to commemorate this accomplishment. More details on that soon. To get more information or make a reservation, join me and my wife, Kathy. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Don't miss out on the early booking discount. Best of Hawaii. Join us with Steve Scafidi, Kathy Scafidi, Rose Gray. Call today.
This change has leveled us up while being able to maintain the same quality of service that we've always provided, with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission. We're proud to be part of the Century 21 family, so you can move fearlessly with the added confidence of top-of-the-line marketing for maximum home exposure. And that means more eyeballs and the real potential for the highest price for your home. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all Sports Desk. The Brewers lost to the Pittsburgh Pirates Friday night, losing 6-5. The 4-game series continues later today in Pittsburgh with first pitch at 3:05 this afternoon. Our game coverage starts at 2 o'clock with Brewers warm-up. And the Amarillos push to even the score against the Texas Stars in the AHL playoffs as they force a Game 5 in the Central Division Finals, winning Friday 2-1 in overtime. The final game of the series is on Sunday at UW Panthers Arena in Milwaukee. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We got a couple more incidents on the road this time, so let's break them down. We've got one on I-94 East at County Road SS. The right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Then over on I-41, US 45 North at the ramp from Watertown Plank Road East, the right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Then over on I-43 94 North at the ramp from Lapham Street, the left lane is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Around that, roads are clearing up across all of southeast Wisconsin.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
Enjoy the new all-you-can-eat Saturday breakfast buffet from 8 a.m. till noon for under $10 at the Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford. Just walk on in. It's big food, it's big fun, it's the Mineshaft.
All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 63 degrees. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a low of 40 degrees. But Sunday will be mostly sunny with a high of 66 degrees. And Memorial Day on Monday is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 68 degrees. Tuesday will be mostly cloudy with a chance of evening showers and a high of 65 degrees. And Wednesday we'll see some chance for early showers in the day, and it'll be partly sunny with a high of 65 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's currently 53 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 56 degrees. In Waukesha, it's currently 55 degrees. And right here in Milwaukee, it's 51 degrees. I'm Sean Brenda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:09.
The following program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma brands. Need a vacation? Whether it's the trip of a lifetime or a weekend getaway, we can help. This is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Hey, I'm on vacation every single day, every single day.
53 and sunny, 53 in May, Rose Gray. 53.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like 70s right now.
Not that excited
Makes me
about
want to
it.
get away to a warm weather destination.
Yes, please. Yes,
So
please.
if we text FWT to 855-616-1620, we can get there, right?
Exactly. And for those of you who say, okay, are you ever going to stop promoting this? Maybe next week, okay? I just have to tell you, I know everybody is tired of me saying this, but we've never seen the charters. I think we went back historically 20-something years. We've never seen the nonstop flights from Milwaukee or Chicago or Rockford come out this early from our good friends at Apple Leisure Group. So that includes Travel Impressions, Fun Jet Vacations, and Apple Vacations, all together under one umbrella, Apple Leisure Group, who take advantage of the desperate people from Wisconsin who want to get out of here in the winter.
Like I said, forget winter. Like right now, I'm ready to go. 53 degrees is not warm.
Isn't that just crazy?
It's going to be a decent weekend. That's good.
So what happens is you're going to text that. And I just checked it to make sure that it absolutely positively works. And it's going to get you to a page that is going to look like they want your information. And you can say, you know what? I gave you my information already. I'll scroll past that. And that works. And then it's going to take you down a little bit more and a little bit more. And once you get to the bottom of that page, you will see where it explains, at least gives you some information about the charters. So it is nonstop flights, basically January, February, and March. Let's just call it that for now.
Of 2026.
Of 2026 to Cancun, literally daily, starting at the end of January. Wow. From Christmas until the end of January, it's like 4 days a week. Because that's a little lighter time to travel. And then daily, that's right. We fill up planes from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to Cancun daily for a couple of months every year. And then we've got Jamaica, which is 3 days a week starting at the end of January. We've got Puerto Vallarta. That's just one charter a week. It's Sundays, and that goes from the end of January to the end of March. And then Punta Cana. And that's kind of all over the board. It starts again at Christmas time because that's also just about as popular as Cancun. Not quite, but getting there. And then once the end of January comes, it's 5 days a week.
Okay.
So again, Jamaica, Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, and Punta Cana, nonstop flights out of Milwaukee. And again, I also want to reiterate this. Some people misunderstood, I think, when I said, this is taking the place of our famous July sale. That is incorrect. That is not correct. What we're saying to people who have very specific dates that the only way they can do this is they are in the education system or they've got kids who can't get out of school, be out of school, or any of those kinds of things. You've got very, very specific dates. I would book them now. If you're very, very flexible, I'm waiting for a deal. I'm waiting for the sale. I can go anytime in February or March. I can go any day of the week, February, that kind of a thing. So that's kind of why we're on this so much. And I really, really, look, and there's a steal of a deal on there too. I really am going to not make the FWT text line this next week, I promise. But it's just such a big deal for those of us who like to get out of the cold weather.
All right. So we've got that, and I hear we've got some trips to announce.
We do. So we've got 3 trips. So I told you that the 2026 catalog of Fox Group Vacations was going to be very robust and very unique and very special this year, and it is. And for the most part, we had everything out some time ago.
Sure.
But we keep adding things for a number of reasons. One of which is because some of these sold out so quickly that we realized there was a need and a desire because we're doing more small groups than ever. So instead of those 50 passenger groups that you're used to seeing, we're looking at sometimes under 20 passengers because we've found out that our customers, that's what they're looking for. So what ended up happening was we did a Swiss Splendors by rail.
Right.
It could be only 18 people, and it's sold out.
Nice.
Sold out for July of 2026. So we've put a second one on. It's Fall Swiss Splendors. Now, I do know there are already people booked on this because we took the people who were desperately trying to get on the July trip and said, hey, what about going in the fall? And they were agreeable to that. And so that trip is happening September 11th through September 19th. And again, I can't say enough how important it is for you to make that conversation happen sooner rather than later. So we're flying into Geneva and we're flying out of Lucerne on this, Zurich rather, on this particular trip. And it's Interlaken and it's Zermatt and it's just everything you want, but a lot of rail, because the Swiss rail is almost as famous as their watches and their chocolate.
Right.
It's timely and it's clean and it's beautiful because you are in the Swiss Alps. And the itinerary can be found at foxworldtravel.com. When you go to the groups tab, you will find Fox Group Vacations, and there you will find Fall Swiss Splendors by rail, so that we're not confusing you with the July departure.
All right. We have 2 more. One includes a special host.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that when we come back. 855-616-1620. That's the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line if you have questions, you want to talk travel, that's what we're here for. It's the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I'm the football guy, definitely not the outdoor home projects guy. So when it comes to things like deck building, Excel Custom Decks is the true go-to expert. Family owned and operated, Excel Custom Decks uses the finest materials and products and combines that with superior craftsmanship. If you want your outdoor area to shine this summer, contact Excel Custom Decks now. Whatever you dream up for that perfect deck, pergola, or outdoor kitchen, Rob and his family can build it. Excel Custom Decks, decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com today.
Why is Ben walking around handing out cigars?
He's celebrating the new edition. Have a cigar.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Do you have a photo?
Of course. Here.
Wait, that's the Rowan bedroom collection.
I know. Isn't it beautiful? The Rowan is one fine-looking bedroom collection. Yeah, it gets its good looks from me. The Rowan Bedroom Collection, starting at just $257 a month with no interest until May of 2028 through June 1st at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
If you're trying to find really good, high-end, distinctive furniture, the kind they just don't make anymore, then come to Design Exchange. But you better get here quickly, because the best furniture we take in on consignment doesn't usually last long. It may be vintage, it may have once been out of your range, but now you'll find it's priced right. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value.
Design Exchange.
Planning a vacation? We've got you covered. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane here with Rose Gray. You can find the Fox World Travel Show podcast on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. It gets uploaded to foxworldtravel.com, WTMJ.com. Access wherever you need it throughout the week if you missed the entire show here today. Let's talk about another trip that you guys have announced, which you just keep announcing trips.
We do. And this one is unique. And I think the reason that we rolled it out as late as we did and waited a bit is because we had to make sure that we had the inclusion that makes this particular trip so special. So it's Scotland with the Royal Edinburgh military tattoo. So Gene Miller and 40-some plus of his new best friends, and some old friends too, will be leaving June 14th. I will be going along with Gene and Luann to Scotland. We will not be doing the military tattoo, but on this particular trip, it's an 8-day trip, August 21st through August 28th. And everything that you want to see when you go to Scotland, flying into Glasgow, leaving from Edinburgh, seeing the Edinburgh Castle, seeing Loch Ness, seeing the lochs and the Lomond and the glens and the legendary locals and all of that. But the ending to this tour is that we'll be spending an evening at the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo, which is a must-see event. It is the spectacular celebration of bagpipers and traditions and pageantry, all on display at the Edinburgh Castle. And so we have gotten access to this phenomenal yearly event. And if you ever wanted to do that, that is also a new trip. So August 21st, 2026. And what I'm telling people to do is plan your trip. Remember the little goldenrod rectangle at the bottom right-hand screen will get you at least started talking to somebody. We will not be open this Monday, as it is Memorial Day. And
correct.
We are, like so many others, taking a day off to celebrate our fallen heroes and give everybody a day off. It's kind of the kickoff to summer, is it not? And then, so Tuesday would be when you'd be expected to get a call, but that does not mean you can't reach out during the weekend. And on Tuesday, somebody will reach back out to you. So we've talked about the Fall Swiss Rail, and we've talked about Scotland with the Royal Edinburgh military tattoo.
And like I like to say, Rose, I'm going to interject.
Yeah.
Go to foxworldtravel.com and look at the page because, again, your team does a great job. This is an experience. Just looking at one picture, I'm like, wow, this is impressive. And then the whole itinerary's there, a little map of where you're going, all the days broken out for you, other photos of what you're going to see. It'll get you excited for the trip.
It will get you excited for the trip. And again, maybe inspire you to fill out that form and reach out or make that phone call to 866-GO-FOX-GO on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. when our office is open.
Okay, is there another trip to announce
There
yet?
is, but I'm going to make everyone be in suspense. So 855-616 is where you can text not only your questions, but also FWT if you want more information about what we still call the charters, but are now called the exclusive nonstop vacation flights out of Milwaukee and Rockford and Chicago. And also that is where you can send in your text, as one of the texters did. I love your show. Thank you very much. I'm starting to look at traveling again since my husband passed. I've been astonished by the single supplement rates that cruise lines, river cruises, and various travel groups charge. Any suggestions for travel that doesn't involve excessive single supplements? Thank you, Joanne, for that text. So, yes, so to explain to the listeners why that happens, the cruise lines and the tour companies base everything on double occupancy. They take the cost of the cabin and they divide it in half, and then that's the per person rate based on double.
Yes.
If one person is in that cabin, they can't give you that rate because they're not recouping the cost of that cabin. They're not making any money on it per se. So what they do then is charge what's called a single supplement. Now, you'll notice on a lot of our Fox group vacations, our single supplements are not outrageous. So that's because you're only taking a seat on the motor coach and we're only dividing everything by the cost of the hotel room. You're only one person with an entrance into the military tattoo, for example.
Right.
You're only one dinner. You're only one breakfast, those kinds of things. So that's kind of where that goes. So I would, number one, take a look at our group vacations. You may find some that have pretty reasonable single supplements. The other thing to do is I would get a hold of one of our travel advisors. If it's cruising you want, you can call 866-GO-FOX-GO and hit number 2 on the menu, and then that will take you to our cruise desk. Now, that's going to be ocean cruises as well as river cruises, but anybody can actually handle talking to you about this as well. Many of the river cruise lines understand that this is an issue for many people and have started waiving single supplements on certain sailings. Now, is it going to be during high season? Not likely.
Right.
But it's going to be shoulder season or a cruise that they're trying to fill up, probably. So we have a list at Fox World Travel, or can get a list for the cruise companies that we work with, and we can come up with what sailings those single supplements are waived.
Okay. So reach out at foxworldtravel.com. We have to take a break. When we come back, we'll announce another trip. It is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
What do your favorite vacation, investment portfolio, and backyard all have in common? The perfect theme for your next call to Outdoor Living Unlimited for a new dream backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited can bring your best vacation to your backyard and show you what a worthwhile investment back into your own property can look like. New deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and a must-see automated pergola? Let Outdoor Living Unlimited design your new space, build your new space, and you can relax in style at home. Find us at OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Hey, Milwaukee, the sale you've been waiting for is finally here. WTMJ's John Mercure here telling you that Kohl's is offering huge limited time savings on furniture, appliances, and mattresses during their Memorial Day weekend sale. Right now, Kohl's takes 60% off plus an extra 10% off furniture and mattresses. That's right, 60 plus 10 on sofas, sectionals, dining sets, outdoor furniture. I just shopped at Kohl's. Stack these two incredible discounts and save on everything you need to get your home ready for summer. Kohl's also offering exclusive Memorial Day prices on appliances. Take an extra 5% off their already unbeatable deals on all your favorite brands like Samsung, LG, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, etc. Kohl's has been trusted by the Milwaukee community for over 83 years for 3 reasons. Better selection, better experience, best value guaranteed. Shop the Memorial Day weekend sale in-store at one of their 4 locations. With extra 10% off regular and clearance furniture and mattresses, 5% off regular appliances in-store and online from May 16th through May 26th.
Step up to quality furniture. Get more for your money at Kohl's.
The countdown to summer is on at Heiser Automotive. And guess what? You're getting employee pricing on new Ford and Lincoln vehicles. But wait, we are making it even better. Get double the employee discount on remaining new 2024 models. Yes, more savings equals more fun. And with our exclusive Safe and Sound experience, you'll get roadside assistance for life. Whether you're cruising to the lake or hitting the open road this summer, we've got your back. Don't miss these deals. The summer fun starts at Heiser. Visit heiserford.com today.
See dealer for complete details since 5/31/2025.
Take your travel tips from the travel experts. Welcome back to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane here with Rose Gray. We do have a big trip to announce yet, but
we don't
have enough time now to do that. So in the meantime, before we get to the news, let's remind people what Fox World Travel is all about.
Yes, so Fox World Travel has been in business since 1960. And, well, what does that say to the consumer? It says that we have been around and will be around for a while. I was talking to the CEO on Friday, and we were kind of saying about what it's like to be a long-standing company. And he said, we all thought that 9/11 was going to be the epitome of what it would be like to get through something. Well, historically, research shows us that really impacted everyone intensely for 45 days.
Okay.
And then it kind of, do you remember the planes were grounded, you couldn't get back and all that kind of stuff. Think about how long COVID or the pandemic impacted us. And so I say that because here we are still standing, right? So 3 generations, family-owned company, and have been morphing and changing as the times change. And so with that said, you can certainly walk into one of our offices. We've got offices in Fond du Lac and Sheboygan and Brookfield and Oshkosh, where our headquarters are, in Appleton and Green Bay. But we also found through COVID that virtually you can do all of this. You've got an Italy trip booked. Did you ever walk into an office?
Nope.
Nope.
Never.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be that way. I think it works. The emailing system works well. We also can do in-person Zoom calls. We can do lots of things online. And so that's the vacation side of the business. We also do business travel management, which is a huge part of our company, as well as meetings and incentives. Within the vacation department, we also have destination weddings, and we also have group travel. And that's what we talk a lot about on this trip, on this show, because people ask about it a lot. But certainly, independent, we tell people all the time, never feel embarrassed to reach out and ask a question. If somebody stopped me a couple months ago, we talked about this last week, and said, I booked a trip, kind of regretting doing it on my own, probably won't do that again, but I am struggling with insurance. Would your company help me? Yes, by all means, of course. It's a no judgment zone when it comes to travel.
Pretty much all things travel. FoxWorldTravel.com is the website. Big trip to announce coming up next, but now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Sean Brinda. Good morning, Sean.
Morning, Dayton. Milwaukee Public Schools has 1 week to turn in their financial reports to the State Department of Public Instruction. The state initially warned MPS of consequences for not turning in financial reports by a May 16th deadline, but now they're holding off on penalties until May 30th. State officials need MPS to submit audited financial statements from the 2023 through 2024 school year in order to accurately submit funding for the rest of Wisconsin's school districts. And the Fond du Lac School District Superintendent resigns 1 month earlier than expected. Superintendent Jeff Flake's last day was this past Tuesday, May 20th. He He had been under fire by both faculty and parents for creating a culture of fear in the district. Flake had planned to retire on June 30th. He had been superintendent since 2021. And with upcoming Memorial Day weekend, some services will not be available for some Milwaukee residents. City Public Works offices, Waterworks offices, and the city towing lot will be closed on Monday for the federal holiday. No garbage and recycling pickup will happen on Memorial Day, and drop-off centers will be closed too. Parking meter enforcement will not be enforced on Monday into Tuesday morning. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We got a couple of incidents on the road. One at I-41, 894 north, 0.5 miles beyond I-43 north. The right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Then over on I-41 US 45 north at the ramp from Watertown Plank Road east, the right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Then over on I-94 west at the ramp from 70th Street. Expect lane closures due to debris. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across southeast Wisconsin.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Rich Lawns Tire and Service Centers. 5 locations and all easy to find. Visit richlawns.com when you're due for service.
All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 63 degrees. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a low of 40 degrees. Sunday's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 66 degrees, leading into Monday on Memorial Day, where it will be mostly sunny with a high of 68 degrees. Tuesday is going to be mostly cloudy with a chance of evening showers and a high of 65 degrees. And Wednesday, we'll have a chance for some early showers and it'll be partly sunny with a high of 65 degrees inland. Right now in Green Bay, it's currently 56 degrees. In Waukesha, it's currently 56 degrees. And right here in Milwaukee, it's currently 51 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:33.
Hey, it's Vince Vitrano from Wisconsin's Morning News. It's baseball season, which means Brewers 360 is back every day at 8:40. Sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. Every day, all season long, we're joined exclusively by Brewers guests, including manager Pat Murphy and more. So Murphy, as we're wrapping up our interview.
Great talking. We really enjoyed it. Okay.
I was like, you did? Is he just in a good mood, or what'd y'all do to Murph?
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting.
Okay, adventurers, listen up. Fox World Travel just dropped some seriously incredible Fox Group vacation destinations for 2026. Set sail on a yacht through the Croatian coastline, join a thrilling African safari, or immerse yourself in the mecca of all flower shows in London. And for the first time, we're introducing a woman's-only tour, partnering with Insight Vacations, Globus, and African Travel. But these are just a few of the exclusive offerings. But don't wait. They're filling up fast. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO to reserve your spot today.
Hey, WTMJ's John Merck here. The paint on the outside of your house is the first impression that people have. CertaPro painters painted our house and did great. They moved the planters around. They moved the grill out of the way. The little things are important to CertaPro painters, and they always get it right. Schedule the outside of your house to be done. A free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C for your home or your business. The details matter to CertaPro painters. They do it right the first time. They clean up after themselves. They leave your property better than it ever was. Each CertaPro painter is independently owned and operated.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
Your showrooms are employee-free.
Give the mattresses a try with no pushy sales guy.
Why?
To save you money.
How much money?
Our 42 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393.
Well, that's pretty good.
And through Monday, purchase a select Beauty Rest or Silly Posturepedic mattress in any size and receive a free adjustable base. Plus, free next-day delivery and free financings available too.
I like the way you do business.
Find the self-service employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
Plan a perfect vacation, no matter your budget. This is the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Have to get away. It's not an option. Need to go on a vacation. So, okay, we've announced 2 trips already. There's a third one yet that we're adding. Like, it's crazy how many trips we're doing next year.
It is. And this one is, I'm going to do what we say in the business as a soft launch.
Okay.
So, because this needs a bigger blowout. This needs a bunch of celebration. And it also needs a third person to join us in the studio.
Where
and
is he?
So he had a late night. He had to go to the Admirals game last night.
Okay.
So without further ado, it is my pleasure to let you know that Gene Miller will be doing a come along. Remember now, I'm leaving with Gene on the 14th of June to Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
That trip sold out quickly, as many of our celebrity come along trips do. And I anticipate this one will as well, because this is one of the hot spots. Geographically, destination wise, people are clamoring for this destination.
Oh.
So it is Portugal vineyards and villages along the Douro River, with a 3-night stay in Lisbon with the one and only Milwaukee radio legend Gene Miller.
Nice.
Yes.
I hear he's really fun to travel with.
Oh my gosh. We'll have more stories when we get back in June, but I wanted to kick this one off before we left on Gene's Scotland trip so that we could tease you a little bit about it. We could talk more about it when I return from that trip with Gene, and maybe we can get some testimonials from some of the people that were on that trip saying, if you don't take this trip with Gene, you're crazy. So it's May 30th through June 10th of 2026. And what's so spectacular about this is there were some ships that were sailing the Douro River years ago, but you have to have a very, very special ship to sail the Douro because of the way that the shallowness of that particular river.
Sure.
And so this is the Alegria. And that means, I had to look it up because I just knew it had to mean something. It means happiness or joy in Portuguese. And so I think this will be happiness and joy for everyone, because this is just going to be absolutely remarkable. We're going to arrive in Lisbon on the 31st, leave the U.S. on the 30th of May, and then we get to Lisbon, and we do 3 nights in Lisbon before we even get on the ship. We get on the ship in Porto, and then we do an amazing river cruise. It is a local guide will be with us throughout, but we'll have an intense local guide while we're in Lisbon. We will see a UNESCO heritage site. We do step our toe into Spain. I think what's so exciting and so intriguing about Portugal is it was always an add-on to Spain. It was always Spain and Portugal.
Sure.
And so Spain was the highlight. Portugal was just a little one-time, one-city visit kind of a thing. This ship is new and remarkable. Chef-inspired regional recipes with wine pairing on board. And most importantly, the one and only Gene Miller. And he will be the first to tell you, the star of the show, his wife, Luann. So I encourage you to go to our website. It is foxworldtravel.com. Go to vacation, go to groups, go to Fox Group Vacations, and then there you will find all of our offerings. And most importantly, right now we're talking about Portugal with Gene Miller.
So if I had a panorama suite on this ship, I don't know that I'd even leave my room.
It's very true. But when they entice you with the scenery in Portugal is breathtaking, and the wine is spectacular. And so they will entice you to go get off the ship, and then you'll want to go back to your cabin for sure.
Is this pool on here on the ship?
There is a pool on the ship.
Look at that.
Yes.
That's cool.
It doesn't seem like it could be real, does it?
No.
But it's actually true.
Very nice.
Yes.
And of course, the map of where you're all going is on there, day by day itinerary.
Yes.
Looks like a lot of excursion things to do on this trip as well.
Yes, exactly. So. And again, what we love about river cruising, and this isn't new because people have been river cruising now for pretty long. I mean, it was a new phenomenon 10 or 12 or so years ago, but unlike ocean cruises where they hand you a bill at the end for not only your excursions, but your beverages and all that kind of thing, your tips, your service fee for your room, those kinds of things. All of this is included. So you see the price, literally could be very little out of pocket. A couple of meals are not included while we're in Lisbon, but other than that, it's really, really an all-inclusive kind of experience on just an amazing, beautiful, beautiful Avalon ship. And there's only, I think, less than 100 passengers on this ship.
Okay.
But verify that. But Yeah.
You'll get to know people. It'll be a fun trip.
It will be a fun trip. And we may very well be about a third of the ship or more if all things go well. So we have a limited number of cabins we're holding, and I encourage you to look. But next week, I will be joined by the one and only Milwaukee radio icon legend, Gene Miller.
Okay, so recap the 3 trips we just announced.
So we talked about the Swiss trip, which sold out. That's a rail trip, very, very rail intensive. And what happened was our July Swiss rail trip sold out. We only take 18 on that one.
Sure.
And so it sold out so quickly that we added Fall Swiss Splendors by Rail, which is September 11th through September 19th. So we added that one. Then we also a new announcement, Scotland with the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo, August 21st through August 28th. And then we've got the Gene Miller trip, which is happening May 30th of 2026.
All up online right now at foxworldtravel.com. We're going to take a break. Calls and texts coming up. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. It's a Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
You're off to see the wonderful world, and then it's back to your own castle. Make sure yours is beautiful and up to date. Siding Unlimited, Wisconsin's best contractor for everything on the outside of your castle, welcomes you home to the best it can be. You should not have to worry about your home's integrity while you are away. Let Siding Unlimited ensure it with all the best exterior products. Hometown Siding Unlimited is recognized as one of the best contractors in America by the manufacturers of the nation's best products in siding, roofing, decks, and especially windows. They have the awards. Take the initiative, and Siding Unlimited will make you proud to come home every time, whether it's from an exotic tour or from the grocery store. Set up an appointment with Siding Unlimited for your castle renewal now, and we'll see you when you get back. Bon voyage from Siding Unlimited, and then welcome home. SidingUnlimited.com.
Save on the best quality furniture and mattresses during the Memorial Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. With major discounts from our premier suppliers, you will save big bucks on top brands like Bradington Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradington Young is known for its fine quality leather upholstery. Fjords brings you modern Scandinavian designed recliners and sofas, ergonomically engineered for more hip and back support. Norwalk, with American roots that go back over 100 years, specializes in making furniture just for you. Choose the piece, style, fabric, or leather you want, and in just 35 days, we'll deliver your new sofa, chair, or sectional. In stock or special orders are all sale priced. Need a little help putting it all together? At Ken Michaels Furniture, our design staff is ready to help you with your purchases, and it's free. Stop in today and save during our Memorial Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture on Capitol Drive in Brookfield, Highway 100 in Greenfield, or our downtown Mattress Factory showroom.
I gave it a shot, and I came in and had the procedure done. To me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We've got everything you need off the water. Got an old boat, a new boat in between. Kendor Marine, upholstery and parts, hard to find things. Kendor Marine. Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We've got everything you need but the water. Everything you need but the water. Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We've got everything you need but the water. Like a boat-loving kid in a candy store. Kendor Marine. If you have a question, we have the expertise at Kendor Marine. Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We've got everything you need but the water.
Easy to find at 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin or at KendorMarine.com.
Gotta get away? No one does it better. Back to more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Exclusive non-stop vacation flights.
Oh, good job.
Did I get it right?
You did.
Formerly known as charters, have been announced earlier than ever before, and Rose promises this is the last week that we're going to text FWT to get the link that shows you information on that,
Exactly.
right?
Because it's such a big deal. It is a really, really big deal.
It is.
And for those of you who know, Easter is April 5th. So that means a good part of the world is going to have the same spring break. We ran into this a little bit last year, but it's even going to be, I think, more prevalent in 2026. And so if you need to get away during that time, and then you buy the travel insurance through Apple Vacations, which includes, remember, I'm not always a fan of buying your insurance through the vendor, but in this case, in addition to cancel for any reason included in that insurance is price protection. So in the event that that price would go down on the exact package, identical, we can't change dates, we can't change hotels, you do get the lower price.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ talking text line 855-616-1620. That's where you text FWT to get that link, 855-616-1620. Somebody also texted that number. It said, I noticed the nonstop charters out of Milwaukee don't fly through Easter weekend, specifically April 3rd. Do you think Apple FunJet will extend those return flights to include Easter weekend?
Likely not.
Ooh.
So it takes a lot of work to get these charters. So think about this. You're chartering aircraft. You're chartering aircraft and getting spots at these airports. Now remember, this is not just Chicago and Milwaukee and Rockford. They also fly nonstop flights out of Cincinnati, Cleveland, Lansing, Michigan, and Pittsburgh and St. Louis. So all of that work to get all of these dates and slots at the airport.
Right.
That I do not believe they would extend that. I really don't. So Easter is April 5th. And so most of these charters, the last date they will be going will be March 30th.
Okay.
So that's going to go into, right? That's going to cover that week, and then that's going to be the extent of it. They feel like once Easter is over, that's going to be the end of it. So I would say probably not, but don't forget, if you work with a travel advisor, they can give you all that information, and they can also find you maybe good alternatives to the nonstop charters.
Okay.
You know, there are oftentimes commercial airlines, being American and United, that are flying to those destinations out of Chicago.
Okay. One text came in here, says, we have a trip to Ireland with Trafalgar in September. The tour ends in Limerick, but Trafalgar offers a transfer from Limerick back to Dublin Airport that is supposed to be there by 13:30. We have a flight leaving at 16:40. Should we consider getting a separate transfer to get to the airport earlier?
I truly think you should. I mean, that's really, really tempting fate. That's supposing that everybody gets on that charter, on that transfer at the right time. You're not waiting for somebody. Mm-hmm. That's assuming that they're going to take you right to the spot that you have to get. So they could be dropping you off at some random spot at the airport. Now you've got to get to your airline and your gate. I just would feel more comfortable. Think about that. I know that's military time, but 13:30 is 1:30 in the afternoon, and 16:40 is 4:30 in the afternoon.
So 3 hour difference.
That's especially since now they're saying at some of these airports that you need to be there 3 hours for an international flight. The other thing to remember is you clear U.S. customs in Dublin. Dublin is one of those cities, Ireland is one of those countries that has an airport, Dublin, that will do U.S. customs. It's very weird. Toronto has that. A few other cities in the world have that. But so when you fly Dublin to Chicago, you're clearing customs in Dublin, not Chicago. It's
an added step before you have to take off.
Precisely.
All right. Good questions. Keep them coming. 855-616-1620. It is a Fox World Travel Show. One segment left on WTMJ.
Well, you may think you're the first mate.
Ahoy, matey. Ahoy.
Just wait till we make you walk the plank.
Drill deep to right field, and this one, you can kiss it goodbye, second deck. No mistake that time for Sal Freeling.
The Brewers head to Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts today at 2:30. This series is sponsored by Steinhaffel's Memorial Day Sale. We are the home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
What do your favorite vacation, investment portfolio, and backyard all have in common? The perfect theme for your next call to Outdoor Living Unlimited for a new dream backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited can bring your best vacation to your backyard and show you what a worthwhile investment back into your own property can look like. New deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and a must-see automated pergola? Let Outdoor Living Unlimited design your new space, build your new space, and you can relax in style at home. Find us at OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
For pilots and aviation lovers, nothing quite like making a trip to EAA AirVenture Oshkosh, July 21st through the 27th. Get up close to thousands of aircraft, learn about the newest innovations, get hands-on with expert forums, and witness breathtaking daily air shows. No better way to immerse yourself into the world of aviation than by coming to the world's greatest aviation celebration. Fuel your passion for flight. Details and tickets at eaa.org/tickets, July 21st through the 27th. 1 week, endless possibilities.
A suicide on a team is devastating and a real risk for veterans. If you or someone you know is struggling, taking action for mental health is a brave step. Reach out now at reachoutwis.org for local resources available to you and your loved ones.
Paid for by Advancing a Healthier Wisconsin Endowment with support by the Medical College of Wisconsin, the War Memorial Center, and reachoutwis.org.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Before you pack your suitcase, hear from the experts. Here's more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Nice vibey music from Isaac, our producer in the studio there.
Working away on a Memorial Day weekend, as are Rose and Dayton.
Yeah, it's going to be partly cloudy, 63 today. It's already 54 in Milwaukee and sunny right now, so hopefully we can keep that sun as long as possible. Let's get into this call, because we get this probably once a quarter.
Yes.
It says, hello, have heard you mention packing cubes often. Is there a style or brand that you would recommend?
Okay, so there's a couple of them. I do love e-bags. The small letter E, and then bags, B-A-G-S. I also do love Bagalini. Anything you buy Bagalini was invented by, for many women you'll see with crossbody purses, have Bagalinis. They have enforced zippers. Their straps are so enforced that if somebody would try to take a razor blade and slice it, it won't allow it. It's RFP, which means it doesn't let the radio waves in to steal your.
Yeah.
So there. But anyway, Bagalini was started by 2 flight attendants. And now, of course, Bagalini has got into the e-bag business as well. So Bagalinis are good. Eagle Creek are good. But what you want to start thinking about now is they've upped their game in the world of packing cubes, and they are now compression packing cubes. So not like the old days where you took the vacuum cleaner hose and sucked the air out of these plastic bags.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. These are still fabric. They're very strong and good if you buy the good ones. But now they've got a second zipper on them. So sometimes you've looked at your luggage and you've seen that second zipper and you realize that extends my bag. Same concept. So it's you zip up your cube, and now you take that second zipper and zip it, and it just compresses all of your clothes into a real solid brick-like feeling thing. So you're not saving any weight, but you're saving space. And you are the most organized person on the planet. You're not living out of a suitcase. You're not like digging looking for things.
Sure, because you're doing outfits in those.
I was listening to John Mercure in Wisconsin's Afternoon News on Friday. He likes to put things, all of his underwear in one, all of his T-shirts in one, he's more like that. I'm more like outfits.
Yeah.
I'm more of an
That makes more sense to me, the outfit, because then you're just opening one thing and it's all there instead of having to open every one of them.
Yeah, and they work great for Alaska trips because you can leave your cruise clothes in those bags and not mess with them while you're on the land portion, and then put your land clothes away and get your cruise clothes out.
So am I ironing a lot with these, though, because I'm compressing things into a small compartment?
Two things there. First of all, you should be a roller, not a folder. Many people believe in rolling their clothes as opposed to folding. I, on the other hand, do have a lot of linen things because I'm bougie like that. And I put tissue paper between all of my things when I put them in there. And then that helps with not having to iron them as well.
Really? Interesting.
And then also, many of the 5-star, 4-star hotels that we've been staying in lately are offering steamers as opposed to irons because they seem to be safer and they seem to do the job. So if you really need something ironed, you can always ask like a concierge or a housekeeper or something like that. The other thing is get knits. If you wear knits as opposed to, as I said, linen or cotton, those kinds of things. But yeah, when you get your shirts done at the laundry, when you send your shirts out back in the day when people wore suits to work, they always came back with tissue in them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Now that you say that,
yeah.
I remember
So
that.
that's my little trick for that. But compression cubes are great. You can buy them anywhere. I've seen them at Walmart. I've seen them at TJ Maxx. I've seen them at Target. It's just a matter of the quality of them. So the good ones are eBag, Eagle Creek, Bagolini are three of my favorites.
And who doesn't like to say Bagolini?
I love saying Bagolini.
All right, we have a couple minutes left. What haven't we addressed that people need to know about traveling right now?
So what we're seeing is good airfares. We are realizing that some people are choosing to travel domestically. Again, we often on this show talk about reprioritizing your travel wish list. You know, I really was hoping to go to Abu Dhabi in 2026, but I'm not liking the feel of the world right now. So I think instead we're going to do that Mississippi River cruise we had talked about in 2026, and we'll put Abu Dhabi back on the list, but we maybe will look at it in 2027 kind of a thing. So everybody's rearranging and and we're good with that. We're absolutely good with that. But again, where would you be without your travel advisor? Probably lost somewhere and probably knee deep in Google searches and all of those kinds of things. Why not let an expert take care of it for you? That's what we say all the time. Get the conversation started. We certainly are seasonal, as you know, because oftentimes our offices are open for high season. We're kind of in the low season. Many people right now are listening to me in their cabin in the Northwoods, probably, because they all took off for the weekend. And we get that. But it's certainly not, it's not too early to start these conversations is my point.
Okay. And when you, kind of with Matt Hefter on the Fix It show last hour, he said the guys go out, they buy the paint, and they start the job, and then they're like, I don't want to finish this. You guys can do that too, right?
Yes.
Where you can, I started planning this trip, and I've just run into some obstacles, and I just don't feel comfortable anymore. I can still call Fox World Travel, and you guys will help me through it.
Precisely. And again, it's a no judgment zone. If you come to us with pieces and parts, we can help you put it together.
Right.
Yeah.
So
we do
always
that.
there.
Exactly.
Okay. Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
What plans do you have?
So
Anything
I'm on
good?
my way to a doubleheader. I just showed Dayton on a break what Game Changer looks like. So you now can watch a high school game while you're on the air. And then it's a doubleheader, so I got to hit Cedar Grove, and then I will go up to our properties in the Northwoods because my family's there already.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Coming in next, Danny Clayton and the crew from Annex Wealth Management with Money Talk. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.
The preceding program, the Fox World